Hi there traders. So today is very special video because we reached 200 subscribers. Absolutely beautiful. But let's talk about today this trade because it's very interesting because we have some talk about it in Discord. So I'm gonna make a video about that. So the first thing what we have here, so we have those two zones, major ones, and you see this zone is actually holding this whole price action. It's holding here nicely. So the second thing is, so when we break this zone here, you see we have very clean break here. So the following principle is we have to break this zone, retest it and going lower. So now we see this W pattern forming here. So the first thing for me will be, I want to go back in here, the last structure, and I want to see some similarities because we have the same thing. We was pushing higher, retest, and after this we have huge movement. So that's the very similar movement what we're looking today. So the first thing for me, what I'm noticing is this W pattern here. It's because after that we have breaking structure and we was going all the way back to that zone. That's the same movement what we're looking today. If it's gonna be the retest or it's gonna be the breaking structure and going higher. So we are looking both movements because when the price is back here is gonna be the opportunities. So for me it's gonna be this one because we see this double retest and W pattern. So this is absolutely perfect principle. So if I'm gonna bring this level now here, and we see actually this W pattern is perfectly here. So then now the next thing is we have to wait the retest, and what is the rejection of the retest, and where was the retest? Retest was exactly here. You see perfectly this was the retest. And then now after the retest rejection, that was the deepest point. But now if you're gonna zoom a little bit in the details, so we have those equal lows here. So we didn't break any lows. Like this rejection candlestick didn't break the lows. What is very interesting because like when I'm gonna take the same zone of the W pattern, so this is gonna be the meet zone between this holder and this holder. And what you see here, you see how all those rejections are actually pointing up, even this one after. And after that rejection we break the highs. So there is one interesting point where we can use the Fibonacci, and you see how like that is beautiful respect of the 618 principle, and at the same time we even retest the mid zone and respecting the mid zone and respecting the principle of the 618. But other thing what I wanna talk about is actually between, like I'm gonna show you, like we have on the top here we have the M pattern breaking retest. So this is the retest what we have to do when the M pattern is valid. But in that case we're gonna do this and actually breaking higher retest and going higher. So now if I'm gonna bring this one here, you see how this M pattern actually formed W pattern, and we respect the W pattern principle. And the M principle was here, but we didn't respect that. So we make this W and respect the W pattern, exactly what was happening here. Opposite sides. We have this huge W pattern and we have here strong M pattern. And now if we're gonna bring this one in, if we're gonna make this principle here, and now you see exactly we have this W pattern and we respect the W pattern. Same thing what we was doing in the end, we respect the W pattern. So we retest, and then we have the third retest, and it was going higher. Same thing, we disrespect the M pattern principles and we disrespect M pattern principles. So it's, you have already, you know, so many, you know, if you're thinking about mathematically, you have 50-50, you know, each side. But now, you know, you have much more stronger information about the longs. So, you know, this 50 is gonna be right now like 75%, and the other side is gonna be 25%. So it's, you know, you're gathering information what is supporting your thoughts, and it's a very important. And now what you see, so we have the 618 retest. So the next thing what you're gonna do, because we break the highs again, you can still use the Fibonacci here perfectly. And what you see here, so we have the retest of the level of the holder. So what we was talking about before, we're gonna break, retest, and going higher. And at the same time we respect the 618 principle. And after that we have absolutely beautiful move. And your take profit in that case, so your first take profit is here, this high, and the second take profit is gonna be this one. And trades after that retest, first take profit, second take profit, and your stop loss last week low here. Yeah, this is gonna be your stop loss. This one. Then risk reward ratio, absolutely beautiful trade. And that's, you know, it's a loads of information, but you know, if you grab your notebook and write those things down, it's very important. The same thing here, we have the same movements here, you know, it's all pointing up nicely. Didn't have, you know, rejection downside, it is super nicely respected. So we what we was doing, we respect the previous pattern principles and the new ones. So it was all super respected. And the same thing here now, you have this one here. You know, it's like one arrow against all those arrows here. You know, it's like 95 and 5% here, basically, to have that trade. Especially it was happening exactly in here, you know. You have already like 1% more because of that movement what was happening previously. So let's look at the markets today. What's going on here? What's Bitcoin is doing. Ooh, actually pretty awesome, yeah. Yep. Super awesome movement. We have this nice W here sitting in the bottom with deeper retest, but come on. Perfect trade. GJ. After that, just going down. Yeah. Like interesting, we have this mid equilibrium. We actually talk about that. Yeah, we talk about that. So if you're looking now inside here, so how those two zones are actually related. And now you see we're breaking, retesting, going lower, and now if you're gonna bring this one here, break that zone, retest it, and just going after that. So here we make the new zone. So the principle of that zone is we have to break it, going higher, or we get rejected and just continue the movements. So right now happened multiple times. Next place here, gonna bring this one here, and let's do this one perfectly. Going lower, here you see we make this W pattern. What is the principle? Breaking higher, retest, and going higher. And we see when I'm gonna move this one here, you see when we make this zone here, we have no breaking structure, it's just rejections, like all rejections, just downside. and after that we break the low and going more downsides, and here we see, you know, the weakness of the pattern, the same zone what we have this one here, but to break above, retest and going higher, but you see how we fail the retest. We close this candlestick, the impulse candlestick, underneath it, and it's weakness, retest, retest, and still continue, and it's still continuing right now. You know, if you look in those principles and you have the Paris structure, they all actually showing to the Paris movement. You know, the first level we didn't have any movement what is showing upside, because that's the first movement what we can get what is showing the upside. We get a rejected going downside, the next level rejected downside. Now we make the W pattern, but we didn't break the higher and retest. We get a rejection and going lower, and now we have the same zone. What was the same zone here? Same thing, we have to have breaking, retest and going higher, but we failed this one. That's the behavior weakness. And now, even if you're looking even more inside, you see the same thing here. We have the W pattern, and the same thing, we fail, broke above and retest and going higher, but we get rejection and just break the whole W pattern, you know. And you see the same thing here. We break under, you know, this impulse candlestick, the body close under this structure here, same thing, the body close under this structure here. It's just showing you all the time, okay, we still going lower, we still going lower, and we still going lower. Dow Jones, that's crazy. That's what happened yesterday, like this, after this retest what we talked yesterday. Wow, man. You know, the first time when we break those highs here, you know, things, and now you see actually, you know, we kind of shows the same thing. We have like weakness pattern, but what is exactly after that? You know, strong W pattern. We're breaking, retest, and just going higher. You know. But previously, when we was looking at the GJ, you know, like this W pattern get rejection broken down, and this W pattern get rejected and broke down. But this case in Dow Jones, we actually have W pattern break, retest and going higher. So it's a very, you know, it's a very important information. And kind of same thing, this bigger one here, you know, breaking higher, retest with another W inside and going higher. Gold, oh, gold, actually not bad movement, like retest, rejection, retest, and now we are kind of starting breaking this one here, you know, very good, like perfect movement, like all those longs here. Wow. Yep. So after this breaking structure, so that was the first breaking structure what we see what was happening. So if you're gonna use your fib, you're gonna see perfectly 618 retest, and take profit was hit perfectly. So if like you know, all kinds of different trades was playing out, you know, the retest and the rejection, Fibonacci, breaking structure, retest, they all playing out, you know. It's a very beautiful structure here. Oil, super good, playing super nicely. Oh, yesterday I wanna talk about more what was, you remember when we talk about, let's say I'm gonna show you something what is playing out super nicely. So this box, what we call is box of the information, and the principle of the box of information is breaking lower, going down, and breaking here, going higher. So now when we create this box of information, so we have the break, retest, and the second retest and going lower. So now here we make the same thing, box of information, we have the breaking structure, retest and going lower. And yesterday was the same thing actually. Like if you look in this one here, so we create the same thing: box information, breaking structure, and retest. And after that we have, you know, awesome move downsides. So even today, this retest, absolutely perfect trades. Go Bitcoin. So what we have here more. This is what we talk. So what Nasdaq is doing. Yep, look at that. Nasdaq is. Oh, look at this retest. Oh wow! I'm sorry, those people who actually, you know, that's mad. You know, breaking and retest, and look at this retest. Oh. Like that's mad, you know, because that's mad because your entry is here and your stop loss is actually under that week, you know, under that last week, and you get stop out and straight back retest and going higher. You know, it's a wow. But same time actually we didn't break the principles. What is just mad, because we didn't break, you know, the level holder. We just retest the level holder and going straight back up. And those are melting through the ceiling. And Bitcoin, nice rejections here, so we try to break this one. Yeah, so we take all the structures here. Okay, I'm gonna finish today's video, and we're gonna see every single one tomorrow. And I'm very thankful for the subscribers. That's just amazing. And I'm gonna see you every single one tomorrow. Ciao.